So it might work out all right for Jay Opetaia in this IBF situation after all, because we're now hearing that rather than Mairis Briedis fighting Gilberto Ramirez for the vacant IBF title, we're hearing now it could be Jay Opetaia fighting Mairis Briedis for the vacant IBF title on the undercard of Usyk versus Fury. And this is according to Boxing Scene. They say they have confirmed that plans are in place for a Cruiserweight Championship rematch on February 17th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The two will meet for Opetaia's lineal crown and potentially for the IBF title that the unbeaten Australian was previously forced to vacate for failure to defend in an ordered mandatory title defense versus Briedis. News of the bout was confirmed to reporters by His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, chairman for the General Authority of Entertainment, and who has taken the lead to bring blockbuster boxing events to Saudi Arabia. News of Opetaia versus Briedis 2 comes after Boxing Scene previously reported that Opetaia will land on the Usyk Fury undercard and has entered training camp with England's Fury. Representatives from the IBF have yet to confirm that his cruiserweight title will be at stake. And the development comes as Briedis' team learned that Mexico's Gilberto Ramirez will face WBA title holder Arsene Guillemarian in March. Briedis and Ramirez were previously ordered to enter talks for the vacant IBF cruiserweight title with a purse bid scheduled for Tuesday, though very likely to be cancelled in light of divisional news. All right, there we have it. Could be getting Opetaia versus Briedis 2 on the undercard of Usyk versus Fury. This is what Opetaia wanted to do in the first place. Opetaia wanted to fight Ellis Zorro, as he did, retain his IBF title, and then fight his mandatory Briedis in about February of this year. In a normal champion versus mandatory challenger, it typically goes to a purse bid. The champion will get about at least 70%. The challenger gets at the most 30% in most instances. But because they're doing this one in Saudi Arabia potentially for the vacant IBF title, the fighters do their own separate deals with the Saudis. So the purse split isn't necessarily going to be dictated by the sanctioning body. It's whatever the Saudis want to pay each guy. So potentially, Opetaia and Briedis could be getting the exact same purses as they would have got had Opetaia not been stripped of his belt. Opetaia, as we know, has been relatively active. He fought Briedis back in 2022 in July of that year. He fought twice in 2023, Jordan Thompson and Ellis Zorro. Obviously not the greatest level of opponents, no disrespect to those guys, but you know, Opetaia's fought much stiffer competition in the past. Certainly when he fought Briedis the first time and he got his jaw broken in that fight, that's how he proved how tough he was. And by the way, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, right? You know, like in Scarface, the eyes, Chico, they never lie. Take a look at those eyes. A couple hundred years ago, this guy would have been a Samoan warrior doing the haka, ready to charge in a battle and relishing it. He's that personality type. He wants all the problems and all the smoke. So I'm sure Mairis Briedis is getting ready to give him those problems and give him that smoke. How will he hold up this time? Mairis Briedis, of course, a much older guy in his late 30s now. I don't think he's quite 40 years old, from Latvia. He last fought against Opetaia back in 2022. We're now in 2024. The inactivity at this stage of Mairis Briedis' career, you can't imagine is going to help him unless he was nursing some serious injuries and he was hampered going into the first fight. Then surely he's going to be less sharp and less formidable in this rematch than he was first time around. But saying that, you could say, well, maybe he underestimated Jay Opetaia first time around, didn't realize how serious a challenge it was going to be because he was looking at fighting, I don't know, Lawrence Okolie, he was looking at fighting Jake Paul even, and all these other guys, and maybe didn't have his eyes on Opetaia as much as he should have done. But now he knows what he's up against, so he can put in a better display. We will see, but generally speaking, inactivity is very harmful for fighters, especially fighters advanced in age, like Mairis Briedis is. So again, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below.